Hey everybody, welcome to the Beachbody Happy Hour. My name is Jill Gorby and this is my husband Weston. I asked him to be on this recording today because I really wanted to get his perspective. When I joined, it was really hard to get him to follow along with me, and I've noticed that that's the norm for pretty much everybody. So if you're in this happy hour and you know that your husband's going to give you a hard time for this and you're going to have to do a little bit of convincing, just know that that's normal, and it's normal for husbands to be a little concerned about a business like this because they're like, oh, what is she doing? You know, is this actually going to work? Is she just wasting time and money? So we want to talk a little bit about that, and I wanted you to hear it from Weston and not just from me, because that's the source. So we're just going to start out with a few questions. It's not going to take forever. Our first question, Weston, is what was your first thought when I told you that I wanted to be a Beachbody coach, and that I didn't even ask you if I could, I just joined. But what was your first thought?
Here's another fly-by night, something to make a couple bucks like everybody does with Avon or some other product that comes around.
Mm-hmm. So you weren't really thrilled. You were just like, whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What did you think about me spending like that money on Shakeology every month? I threw that in there.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what it costs now.
I do the books. It's like $115 with coaching fees.
And it comes out of the money that you make from, at first, when you first started this, it was just kind of a hobby thing. So it was your own personal money to do whatever you wanted with. And the money came out of that. So it had no effect on our family finances at that time.
Yeah. Because that was my goal and I made sure, because I knew you would be upset if it wasn't, to make sure my Shakeology was paid for every month. So when did that perspective of Beachbody coaching change? Like, when did you really start to kind of slowly support me?
Yeah, as the months went on, obviously you'd say I made whatever amount this week and then whatever. And then, but I think it really set in when you hit all those, had Success Club for a year straight and we went to Cancun. I mean, that was pretty real. I mean, we went. We were there.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we want to do it again. Cool. Awesome. So just seeing like the real perks, the stuff that you could tangible,
and then seeing how many coaches there were and how it's a legit real company, and there are people that do well if they put the work in. So it was cool to meet a lot of guys that had wives, girlfriends that do it, that were there as well. So it just,
it was real. Yeah,
exactly.
Totally. Yeah. So, what was it that convinced you when I talked to you about staying home full time from hygiene? What was it that convinced you to let me do that? Because that was something that I had to make sure we were both on board for.
Yeah. Well, you were doing you were doing Beachbody for like 3 years. And you had just returned from your leadership.
Yeah,
it was leadership in Utah, and obviously that got you pumped up, and your confidence was like, I can do this if I just need more. And you were doing it, but I can do this like full time. I just need more time, and that's going to be quitting my 9-to-5 job and doing this. So you had a lot of confidence, and you were going slowly up. So hopefully with more days to do this full time, then that pace of doing better would. And obviously, since you've been doing it, I've noticed that you're much more happy. When I come home, there's no stress. There's no crazy stories about this or that. It's all positive. So that's a big plus.
Yeah, cool. And then last question, if someone asked you, say a buddy of yours asked you if their wife should join, what would you tell them?
I would tell them to look into it, talk before they do it. And I know you didn't. Yeah. And just see where you're at and ask her what she wants to do with it. Is it just to be a discount coach and get some discounted Shakeology, which is fine. There's tons of people that do that. but is she wanting to work it as a business or not? And just stay realistic to whatever she says. And, maybe it'll change. Maybe all of a sudden, she'll become a discount coach or whatever. And she does whatever it takes to get, a $10 a week paycheck. And all of a sudden they're like, whoa, I just got paid and I didn't really do much. What if I did something more? So I guess just, I don't know.
Talk with them. Yeah. Talk with them. And not just automatically shoot them down, but talk to them and ask them why. Thank you for listening to this little awkward interview of me interviewing my husband. I showed him my list of questions right here, right before we started. So he didn't really have time to think about them. And that's kind of what I wanted it to be like, because I wanted him to say the real answers. I didn't want to coach him into it. So thank you for listening. And if you have any more questions for Weston or I, just comment below this video and ask us and address it to either Jill or Weston. And if there's a question for him, I'll make sure that he answers it. So have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye. Peace.